This 2009 Acura MDX hasn't been cleaned for over a year. The dirt is embedded in the paint, and it's going to take more than the pressure washer to get it off. Today, my challenge is to make this 15-year-old car look as good as humanly possible, and you aren't going to believe the results. Alright, well, getting to work on this MDX now, and despite it not having a crazy amount of dirt on the paint, you can see that as I make passes with the pressure washer, what is here isn't all coming off right now. This is exactly what I would expect to see with a vehicle that hasn't been contact washed for an extended period of time. The dirt that's on here kind of bonds to the paint, and even after pressure washing, there's still a layer of dirt that's only going to come off when I hand wash the vehicle in a little bit. Working my way around the MDX, and I just wanted to let you guys know that it's everyone's favorite time of the year again. No, not Christmas. It's time for the annual Detail Geek Awards video, where I can practically guarantee that Mike will make his first cameo appearance in what feels like forever. As usual, I'll hand out completely meaningless awards in a bunch of different categories, but it's always a fun time and a good way to look back on 2024 and all the wild vehicles that I detailed. It'll be out next Friday, and if anyone is wondering why I do these videos each year, well, besides the fun little recap, doing this video lightens my workload just a little bit so that I can actually take a bit of time off at Christmas to relax. So I know it's not going to be everyone's cup of tea, but I'd certainly appreciate it if you stop by next Friday to check it out. Now, as I move to the door jambs, I know this is an area that a lot of people aren't sure how to tackle, but as I've said many times before, you can absolutely spray this out safely without drenching the entire interior. Just make sure to spray from a steep angle and have good control of the wand while you do. Worst case is a few drops will end up inside, which wouldn't be any worse than if you had to open the door when it was raining out. And as for the rear hatch, well, you'll need to be a little bit more careful back there because the risk of water going inside is much higher, but it can still be done. And realistically, using the pressure washer is the only way to get this area clean. Okay, well, since the front end is covered in bugs, even after the pre-wash rinse, I'll use some of my bug remover to get those loosened up prior to washing the vehicle. Starting on the contact wash now, and for a vehicle like this that still has some dirt on it, it's even more important to follow the correct wash procedures, like using the 2-bucket method and ensuring that I'm rinsing my wash mitt thoroughly after each panel. You can see that there was still a fair amount of dirt on the paint, and the last thing I want to do is be rubbing that all around the car because my wash mitt was dirty. Okay, well, just before I move to the inside, I need to chemically decontaminate the paint with my iron remover because I did notice a few little rust spots while I was washing it. So after getting it sprayed on and letting it sit for a couple of minutes so it can react with any iron particles, turning purple while it does, I'll then just rinse it off, but no question, there wasn't a heck of a lot on the vehicle. Alright, moving inside the MDX now, and before I can start vacuuming, I need to empty the vehicle of all the garbage, which seems to have made its way into the storage compartments on the doors, though most times I'll find the garbage just strewn around the vehicle, so at least it's consolidated for me this time. Okay, well, as I continue working on vacuuming here, I wanted to let you guys know that the wait is nearly over. I am in the process of making another Yard Geek video right now, and I should have it out to you next Friday, along with the awards video. This next episode will be jam-packed with weed whacking and mulch dropping goodness as some major changes are shaping up. Now, if you guys haven't checked the channel out yet, then now is the perfect time to go and binge watch all the episodes to get caught up before the next one comes out. I guarantee that you'll enjoy the videos. Moving to the cargo area, and of course this carpet here is always harder to vacuum because it's a different type of carpet from the rest of the vehicle. It's thinner and more wiry almost, so debris gets trapped in it very easily, and it just always takes more effort to get clean. Okay, it's time to get to work extracting the carpets, and while they aren't visually all that dirty, there are a couple of spots that need some work, but like any vehicle with light colored carpet like this, it can definitely be a challenge to get them perfectly clean. That little yellow spot looks to be some sort of liquid dye or something because it's in the shape of a drop and didn't even budge at all when I went over it with the drill brush. So as much as I would love to get the vehicle looking absolutely perfect today, I do know from experience that it's just not always possible. Okay, moving back to the cargo area again, and I wanted to quickly let you guys know that if you still have any last minute gifts to get for people, then Detail Geek Auto Care has you covered. Right now, you can send someone an e-gift card, and as an added bonus, you'll save 10% off your next order when you do. So go ahead and check out detailgeekautocare.com for all the details, and if you want to do some shopping for yourself while you're there, well, that's perfectly fine too. Here's what was sucked out of the MDX today, but don't let this fool you, it definitely picked up some of the sludge from the bottom of the dirty water tank because it was not this gross when it came through the extractor. Moving to the pedals now, which is an often overlooked area of a vehicle, but one that is guaranteed to be filthy, and I'll use some APC diluted at 4:1 with the brass brush attachment on my steamer, as it can get down into the grooves better to dig away all the dirt. Alright, well thankfully the leather in this vehicle wasn't super dirty, but the back of the passenger seat definitely needed some work with the steamer and my leather cleaner. All the other seats I was able to just use my leather brush, but when you can visually see the dirt, well then it's likely time for the steamer if you want to make sure you do a really good job. Okay, moving back outside now that the interior is perfectly clean and dressed, and it's time to get this paint protected with some of my ceramic spray coating, which is super easy to apply and remove. Simply spray into a microfiber towel, apply to a section, leave it for maybe a minute, and then remove it with a separate towel. No streaks, and just a high gloss, highly hydrophobic finish is left behind. Last step now is to get some of my water-based tire dressing applied, which will leave these tires with a nice deep matte black look when it dries that also won't sling all over the paint. Alright guys, well it took 8 hours to get this Acura MDX all cleaned up and looking fresh once again. But I gotta say, for a 15-year-old vehicle, this thing is in really good shape. Pretty clear the owner has taken care of it over its life, and it's also a testament to Acura's build quality. They build good vehicles, and yeah, they last. So anyways, if you guys enjoyed this one, make sure you smash the thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel, enjoy the guitar outro, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.